As part of ISPCC Anti-Bullying Week, Westlife's Mark Feehily will be in studio to open up about his experience of being bullied. Now, coming up after the break, Mark Feehily from Westlife opens up about being bullied as a teen and how it still affects him today. You're welcome back. Well, 40% of 9-year-olds in Irish schools have been a victim of bullies in the past year. The ISPCC has launched Anti-Bullying Week to highlight the problem and how you can spot the signs that your child is being bullied. Well, in a moment, I'll be speaking to Mark Feehily from Westlife, a victim of bullying himself when he was a teenager. But first, Midweek's Michael Ryan has this report.
These shocking images of Irish celebrities were the first phase of an anti-bullying campaign run by the ISPCC some months ago. As part of the next phase, the Society is now in the middle of Anti-Bullying Week, and according to the latest statistics, the issue is very much an ongoing problem that's crying out for more attention. In 2011, Childline received almost 11,000 calls from children and young people in relation to bullying. 22% of young people in primary school have been victims of bullying or know someone who has. 26% of young people in secondary school have been victims of bullying or know someone who has. And amazingly, 40% of 9-year-olds were victims of bullying in the last year.
This kind of love is more than a feeling.
With all the wealth and fame, he may seem to be living the pop star lifestyle, but Westlife's Mark Feehily recently revealed that he was bullied as a child in school. He's now added his voice to the ISPCC's campaign and says it's a very personal issue for him.
The photo campaign that we done with all the celebrities with the bruised and sort of battered faces, that was something that came from, you know, real, like actual physical bruises that I once had. You know, I think it completely happened to me, you know, on numerous occasions. I got beaten up, you know, after school, during school, in between classes, you know, and properly. I'm talking about like punched and kicked in the face and so on and so forth, you know, properly beaten up basically.
There's many different types of bullying, from racist to homophobic to cyberbullying. That's now become the latest phenomenon thanks to mobile phones and social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter.
It's a growing problem in the age of technology, and it is a huge problem for children, the cyberbullying, because it's much harder to monitor, it's much harder to control, and again it really comes down to the child telling somebody about what's going on, because unless people know about it and are aware of it, nothing will ever be done about it. So it really is getting the message out there that something can be done about bullying.
Social networking sites were just one of the ways Phoebe Prince was bullied. The Irish teenager took her own life in America in 2010 after months of torment from school classmates.
I don't think you would find in Ireland a school as completely bad and negligent as the school that Phoebe was at. However, treatment, attitudes and appreciation of the damage that bullying can do is going to vary from one school to another. There are some schools which will be absolute models of excellence. There are others which perhaps take their eye off the ball a little bit, which don't treat it as seriously as it can be. I suspect there are a lot of Phoebe Princes around. We just don't know about it.
As part of Anti-Bullying Week, the ISPCC is calling on people to buy an ISPCC shield to show their support.
We hear experiences of young people. We know that bullying is happening every day it's quite a widespread issue. And so really Anti-Bullying Week is about talking about the issue, getting it out there, highlighting the fact that it's not a rite of passage. It shouldn't be a natural part of growing up. It shouldn't be something that everyone has to go through.
Just tell me about the shield. What's the idea behind that?
Well, the shield really represents you know, protecting children from bullying, protecting children from abuse. And by wearing the ISPCC shield, you're sending the message that bullying is unacceptable.
Meanwhile, Mark wants to see monitors walking school halls in between classes, because he says that's where a lot of bullying takes place, away from the attention of teachers. He says he's still dealing with issues that happened on a school corridor in Sligo almost 20 years ago.
You've got that kind of thing of flashbacks and stuff, you know, and That's actually something that still every now and again will happen to me. I literally, it's like flashbacks of the moment when it's happening, and you might get them in a moment where you're walking home by yourself, or you're in an area late at night trying to get a taxi or something and you can't find one. So it's definitely there, it's probably more in the subconscious. It's not like every single day, but it's, I think anyone who's gotten properly beaten up will never forget it ever,